Human simulation guidance system activated.
Don't get caught up with all the confusion, everything outside, just an illusion. You are the solution, playing an illusion. Godfield, part 7, Humanated. Let's go. Right, so in this video, we're going to discuss the last 2 stages. We've got stage 4 and 5 left to bring back into alignment to connect to the 5D Unity map. Right, stage 4 and 5 both work together in an interconnected way. So both stages need to happen at the same sort of time. And what happens is once we hit stage 4 and 5 together, we activate the human simulation guidance system, which we're going to discuss in this video, along with the third eye plug and the crown chakra plug. So let's get to it. So now we have the third eye plug activated. In the last video we spoke about the throat chakra being activated, and now we're streaming up to the third eye plug. What is the third eye plug? The third eye plug is our sixth sense. It's beyond our ordinary perception of our eyes. It's our middle eye, it's our inner vision, right? When this plug is activated, you get full clarity. You start seeing inner visions, you start to get spiritual insights, you start to perceive the spiritual world, the non-physical world comes into your perception, right? We can't perceive the spiritual world with our 5 senses. So this third eye is our sixth sense. We get heightened awareness. We get creative thoughts, right? We start to get all these creative thoughts and ideas, and we start tapping into our psychic abilities. The third eye plug enhances our intuition, right? This is what this plug is all about, is tuning into our inside inner vision and our intuition. You start to get intuitive downloads and you start gaining an inner wisdom, right? Outside of the outside world with the illusions of our eyes, we tune in to our inner world and we start to gain an inner wisdom and truth, because we are the truth. Our physical body, our code inside of us, we are the truth being expressed on the outside world. So nothing on the outside is actual truth. The truth lies all within us. We don't need to keep searching on the outside for answers. When you tap in and tune into your intuition, you gain the truth. You become the truth. You no longer seek answers. You are the answer. So that's the third eye plug. And then once you've activated the third eye plug, you've got the crown plug, which works interconnectedly, and we got the gateway to higher consciousness. It's the crown chakra, it's the crown plug that get activated. So this activates you straight to the unified God field, and you're pulling down now. So what's this one all about? You are using this crown chakra as a gateway to connect to universal consciousness. Universal consciousness, expanded consciousness, it's divine energy. You start to get a state of bliss. You experience life in totality, not just a single point of view. You experience life as interconnectedness. You perceive life as interconnectedness. It's a feeling. And with this crown plug, you've got a deep inner knowing again. You just have this inner knowing, and it's an unfolding of your consciousness, because that's what we are. We are just pure consciousness streaming into this body, having a human experience. So this unfolding of this crown chakra, you will activate your spiritual consciousness, and then you'll have a feeling of oneness with the universe and enhanced ability, and you tap into higher realms. So now you've activated your third eye and your crown chakra. This activation aligns the mind, body, and spirit, right? Once these last 2 plugs are online, you are realigning your mind, body, and spirit, and you're channeling the spiritual consciousness into this body, the conscious energy flow with balance, right? Your energy starts to flow. You start to be in balance and in harmony with the universe, with people, with relationships, with your game, with your experience in life. You start unlocking a richer insight into yourself and the vibrant world that surrounds you. So once you've come into alignment, you now put online your human simulation guidance system gets activated. So now you're back online. Now you're able to connect to the unified God field network and stream your game down. But how does this all play out? So in the first video, I discussed this briefly over dimensions and stuff, but now we've connected all the plugs back up. Let's explore this whole thing all combined now, knowing all the knowledge from all the other parts. Let's look at the whole overview of it now. Right, so now we're going to talk about the human simulation guidance system. The human simulation guidance system all starts with having all of our energy plugs back online, right? So we've spoke in all the other parts about the different energy plugs that we need to get back online. And once you get all your plugs back online, the last crown plug will connect you up to your God field unified network. And the God field unified network is made up of energy, frequency, and vibration, right? It's energy first, then it's a frequency, and then it vibrates down into dimensions, right? We are connected to this unified God field network at all times. However, when your player is offline, you're not always streaming. So once you've made that stream back up and you've connected to the cloud server, you're able to stream your game that you designed to come here and play. Remember, the God field unified network is the original source code. It's the one unity code. We are part of that one unity code, but we're having our unique individual experience to feed back to the God field, right? The God field wants to know as many versions of itself, so it goes and splits us down into different souls, and then we go and play our own little games. So now we've connected back up to the God field as a conscious being now. We are back online. Remember, the God field unified network is all one energy. Everything in the universe originates from this unified field. At this level, everything is pure consciousness. And then splitting down, it's all levels of consciousness. And that's what we are. We are pure consciousness experiencing a human simulation. So the reason why we come down into this physical world is to have a human experience. When we're outside of this dimension, the physical plane is the third dimension. So when we're outside of this dimension, it's the spiritual plane. It's the non-physical. Past, present, and future is all happening all at once. It's beyond space and time. So the whole point of coming down here is to experience time and space. It's to experience a physical game. It's to experience a human simulation, right? So what is a human simulation? We are simulating a human experience through our senses. It's electrical signals transcoding into stimulation. It's just electrical impulses that hit our nervous system, right? And we have different stimulations within us. We have cognitive and mental stimulation, sensory stimulation, emotional stimulation, and sexual stimulation. These are all characteristics of this human body, right? We come here to have a human experience. So the human simulation creates stimulation. It's a bit of a simulation, stimulation. We have these stimulations. It's an input of experiences that evoke responses in the human mind and body. When we experience the stimulation of touch, sound, hearing, touch, taste, smell, all these things, that's a human simulation. So that's why we're here. We are here to play this game as a human. So, as we are playing our game here as a human, we need guidance from our higher self. We need guidance from our soul player. The soul player, remember, has a higher point of view in this game. It has the bird's eye view. It holds the divine blueprint game map, the one you designed how to play. I want to go down and play this level. I want to experience that. I want to experience this. I want to experience that. Your soul player is holding that map. It knows the map. It has the bird's eye view. But when we go back online, we have this guidance system activated. Our soul player is able to communicate, stream down to us where to go, and what to do, right? So now you've come back online, the guidance system, the human simulation guidance system is activated. So what happens? Your soul player, your authentic soul player is here in outside of this dimension. It holds the goal, it holds the game controller, it sends a signal. It goes, okay, we need to go here in this map now. So it sends the signal down. You're streaming down into the crown, electrical impulses and insights in your third eye. Then that code, the electrical impulses and inspirations as coordinates to go and do these things, right? And where to go in your map. And then it hits the CPU, the feeling system. Does it feel right? And then you transcode it. But also bear in mind, we need to understand that our body has DNA. Our body is made up of DNA. And this DNA is actually a storage device. It's actually a storage device that holds the game map data, right? Our DNA is unique. It's unique to us, and it's like a fingerprint, let's say. It's a digital fingerprint for us to authenticate ourselves to our soul player, which is holding the map, right? So our DNA is storing the local map data. So when the code comes in, and your intuition, and it feels right, and then it taps into the game map and it goes, am I supposed to have that experience? Yeah, that feels right. And then you go do it because the storage of that map is already inside of all of us. Like the game we wanted to come here and play is stored inside of our DNA. So when it feels right and it resonates, then you follow the code. You follow the code that's inside of you. And then what happens? You start gaming on demand, right? The intellect mind stops thinking, stops trying to rationalize, oh, shall I do that? Shall I do that? Because no, your consciousness, God field is activated now. You're playing actively, consciously in your God field. You're not offline. You're not using your thinking system to go, shall I go do this or do that? That's all logical. You're using the feeling-based system, which is in line with your map, which is stored in your DNA. So your DNA is syncing with your feeling-based system. So these codes are constantly going to be streaming down, and we'll be able to use electrical impulses and our intuition to follow the game map data. And for this game map data to stream down, it uses a Divine Network Access Protocol, which is DNA, right? They're flow codes. The flow codes are basically in line with your game map, because your game map is the path of least resistance. It's uncomplicated, it's undemanding, it's effortless, because you just move and you action. You just experience the game. You don't need to think, you don't need to work it all out. You just flow with the codes, because it's all getting directed from the top down. So you just need to experience the game. So if you have a look here, so the soul is like wearing a VR headset. It's like wearing a VR headset. The soul is looking through the eyes, right? And it's just looking and having a human experience. So that's the point of view of the soul streaming down, and then you're bringing the codes down. So that's a brief overview of how your soul player can communicate with you at your highest level. Because when you use this system, it'll never take you wrong, because you are streaming your highest possible outcome in your game, right? When you start using the thinking system, you're going, oh, that's not logical, that's not logical. But when you start using this system, you're going to be playing at your highest level, because this system will not lie to you, because energy does not lie. Energy just feels. You just feel, does it feel right or it feels wrong? Whereas the mind can lie to you. The mind can trick you. The mind can manipulate you into thinking and justifying about anything, right? So we need to start using this flow system, because when you start using this flow system, you'll start to play your game on the highest level. So this is a brief overview of the human simulation guidance system. Further down the line, I will be talking about the different codes and tools that you can use, and how you can translate these coordinates, these electrical impulses and insights, how you can translate them in and start tuning your physical body on how to move into flow codes. Because when you start adopting flow codes in your life, your game begins to flow. You start just growing with the flow and playing with the flow. So now we are activated, and now we are streaming our game down in real time and just flowing in our game. So I trust you found this video helpful. Your support means a lot to me. My mission is to help as many people get their minds back online, because when we get these minds back online, the sooner we'll have a more compassionate, loving, abundant world, right? The more people we have connected back to the God field, we're all interconnected. We're all here to help one another experience game in abundance. We're here to game in abundance, not slave in abundance. Slave in abundance? So please consider giving it a like if you found this video helpful, and all the other videos in this series. Drop a comment down below. I would love to hear from you guys. Hit that subscribe button to stay notified for more videos like this. Feel free to reach out to me on all social media platforms. Let's make this journey amazing together, and I'll catch you in the next one. Send you much love and light, my beautiful souls. Goodbye.